Comic fans, welcome to my Heroes Con show. This is just a little bit of what I did, so you'll get to see some of the cool people I saw and hung out with, some cool cosplay by some of the YouTube family members, community members here, and some other people. You'll get to see my haul, you'll get to see the slabs I bought, and that's about it. So we're just going to share a little bit of my experience with you. We're going to do it all right after this. Welcome back. Yes, so Heroes Con, awesome time, great people, did a lot of cool stuff there, and so I just thought I'd share a little bit with you. So let's get into it. We're going to start off with a few photos, a little bit of video, and then we'll move into my haul, all right? So stick around, see what's here, and hopefully you enjoy it. Thanks for being here. Deuces, peace. Let's check it out.
This is his dream cosplay day, y'all. He is wanting to do this. We have Spider-Boy. Well, I think you pulled off your dream. The graphic mode, yes.
That is so awesome.
How they got into prison now. She's coming back.
Shout out.
I never get mad. It's very wrong.
Okay, I'll lay here. You heading to somewhere?
Day one's the
See, he would have his show.
Let me know when I pay. Step forth.
All right.
All right, comic fans, it's time to get into the books I picked up at Heroes Con. So we'll get into it. If anything is like really cool value, whatever, we'll put it up on the screen. But let's just do it. Let's just get through the books. Yes. First off, we're gonna start off with the C3 Comics Curing Cancer art book. Nice, cool Hulk on the cover. Cover art by David Sanchez. This was limited to 300, so we picked that guy up. Really awesome book. Really awesome stuff that they're doing. C3. All right, let's get through. Hope you guys like Uncanny X-Men, because that's what's up next. We picked up some fillers. They're not all fillers. Some of these are key books. You know, and like I said, anything that's super cool, we'll put up on the screen. We have the Uncanny X-Men 159. This is a Newsy, also a Bill Sienkiewicz cover. This was priced at $20 at Echo Base. Echo Base had a sale on Sunday. Any book over $10, so $11 up, was only $5, and any book $10 down was $2. That was in their bins, not any wall books. That excluded wall books, but anything in the bins. So I was looking to do my big book shopping on the last day, and I ran into this booth, and I just spent the remaining time digging through their bins because it was such a awesome sale. The dollar books were 50 cents, and like I said, anything $10 or less was $2. Anything over $10 was $5. So I bought a ton of books. Next up we have X-Men, the Uncanny X-Men 165. You'll see these have like price labels on them. $10. The last book was $20. Roughly, they were right. A little bit high, but you know, this seemed like a place that was open to negotiating too. So that made it even better. You got Storm here being turned into the Brood. Ooh. All right. What else? We got the Uncanny X-Men 189. We got the Uncanny X-Men 191. This is the first appearance of Nimrod on that one. You also got Vision punching through Colossus' chest on this one. This one you got Wolvie about to stab one of the Power Pack. But this is Uncanny X-Men 195. We've got Uncanny X-Men number 201. Right, this has Cyclops and Storm. Who will lead the team? So we know Cyclops and Storm have both led the X-Men at certain parts of their careers. We have the Uncanny X-Men 202. This was a tie-in to Secret Wars 2. Got some Sentinels on the cover. The Uncanny X-Men number 208 with Nimrod on the cover. Kind of an homage on that one. JR did that artwork. Here we go, Uncanny X-Men 209. Again, another book labeled at $10 that I only paid $2 for. The Uncanny X-Men 222, little classic Wolvie and Sabretooth action. This is a newsstand. Yeah, I only paid $5 for this one. What else? The Uncanny X-Men 280. Cyclops is very sad on this one. This was a, I think this was like a 50-cent book. No price tag, no price tag. The Uncanny X-Men 283. This is Newsy. First interior appearance of Bishop. Right, 282 was the first cover. All right, then we got some other cool books. This is Marvel Super Action starring the Avengers, issue number 18. This is a reprint of that first appearance of Vision. It says it's a $30 book. I think it's actually is closer to a $20 book, but again, I only paid $5 for it, so I'll take it. All right, think we're all out of Uncanny X-Men books, so we're gonna keep going. Dark Avengers, this is a blank cover, so we'll see if I ever get anything done on it. Pay $2 for that, so not complaining. Strike Force #1, this was a 50-cent book. This is the first appearance of this Strike Force team, right? What do you got here? You got Angela, you got Blade, you got Winter Soldier, and Spider-Woman. So, all right, we got the New Mutants now. We got New Mutants #1. This is a newsstand. It says $18. I don't think I've ever paid $18 for this book. Maybe $10 the most. We got New Mutants #3. We've got New Mutants. Now we're jumping ahead to New Mutants #18. Newsstand, Bill Sienkiewicz cover. So again, I filled some X-Men run. Now I'm filling some newsstand, some New Mutants run. We got the Demon Bear. This is the direct edition. This was the newsie. All right, $10. They say they're $10. Maybe at some point they were when the New Mutants movie was coming out. Again, I spent $2 on these. I grabbed another Demon Bear. I think when I was going through the books, I just forgot to take away the extra issue. We have the New Mutants #21, double-sized Slumber Party. These are Sienkiewicz covers. So Bill Sienkiewicz started doing covers for a while. And we also got the newsstand variant of issue 21. Then we got the first appearance of Legion for $5, right? What is this, issue 22? 26, sorry. Yeah. Bill Sienkiewicz goodness. We got 2 of them at $5 a pop, not bad. The New Mutants 45, we got Magic on the cover. This is the 25th anniversary issue, right? So we grab that. We grab the newsstand version of the same issue. Let's keep going. We got the New Mutants 87 second printing. I had this in a 9.8 CGC slab, the first printing, but I traded it to Nick's Comics and Kicks for some other books. It's a good trade for both of us. But if I ever find, and the thing was, the 87 I found it in the wild, and I had it slabbed, so I didn't pay that much for it, honestly. Yeah, looking to do the same again. This is New Mutants 100. This is the final issue of the New Mutants, at least volume 1. So we got the first printing and we got the third printing. The second printing has the same layout, but the 100s are gold. This is silver, which denotes the third printing. We got Thor Annual number 11. All right. First Eitri in there. What do we got? Ooh, we got, so this was not in that bin. This is Thor number 150. This is the first cover appearance of Hela. Honestly, I think I spent like $10 on this. Top staples, little damaged, bottom staples, whatever. But come on, first Hela 150. It's a nice book. All right, this is Thor 246. Again, this came out of that bin. This was $5. The Fury of Fire Lord. So some good old-fashioned Thor. Here we go, bondage cover, Thor 279. So this was what, oh, that was $5. King Thor, The Return of the God Butcher. Whoa, issue number 3. I think this is, I don't know, like the 3rd or 4th appearance of the God Butcher. I'm not sure. 50 cents. So take that. This is Thor God of Thunder issue 19. I thought it was issue 1 because of that thing, but I should have known. It's not the cover. this is clearly not the Thor. I was going through the bin so fast, but it was 50 cents, so I picked it up. There's some minor key. It's some sort of minor key there. All right, a few more. Thor, God of Thunder, issue number 3. $2 on that. Maybe I should have started with these books. Second printing of Thor number 20 by Donny Cates. That is a minor key as well. Thor number 21, second printing. First cover appearance of the God of Hammers, I believe. So I think this was the first appearance of the God of Hammers. This is the first cover appearance of the God of Hammers. All right, now we got some X-Force. This was a $5 book. This is X-Force number 1. This has the this one has the Deadpool card on the back. And this one was 50 cents. And this one does not. It's not taped, so I'll just show it to you. This one has Sunspot and Gideon. Big difference, $5 or 50 cents. Because of the card. The Deadpool card. The Deadpool inserted card. Alright. Couple more books. I believe this is the first appearance of Starling. This is Miles Morales Spider-Man number 5. $5. Brother Voodoo. This was not a $5 book. Again, this was probably the most expensive book I picked up. Staples are alright, but I probably paid, I did like a bulk buy thing, so this was probably about $90 for this Brother Voodoo. So, which to me, I think is a steal. My LCS has a Brother Voodoo on sale for like $300. So, we got Arrow number 3. Third appearance of Arrow in her own solo series. I have issues 1 and 2, so I picked that up for 50 cents. Guardians of the Galaxy, the first appearance of this iteration of the team, issue number 1, $5. Secret Invasion number 1. This is I paid $5 for this, and that's probably about right. Maybe it's a $10 book, but this is the 1 in 25. I'm trying to remember who did the cover. I forget who did the cover, but this is Secret Invasion number 1, the 1 in 25 variant. All right, we got Superman coming back, Return of Superman. So if you remember, the death of Superman was a black bag. When Superman came back, it was white. All right, a couple more books. This is Catwoman from the ongoing Catwoman series now. This was written by Ram V, issue 14. Right now, I think it's Grunbeck that's writing it. But yeah, $2 for this nice art germ cover. That's why I picked that up. We have the first appearance of Batwoman, the new 52. This issue 11. Yep, week 11. So, what else we got? Batman year 3. This you can sometimes find in dollar bins. So I paid $5 for this copy. It's not even that minty. Whatever. $5, a buck. Batman 436 year 3 part 1, right? Yep, part 1 of 4. Nice cover. This is Batman 685. So we picked this cover up. That was $2. Batman 700, the anniversary issue, $2 on that. Found some nice classic Ghost Rider, not a key issue, but Ghost Rider number 61 for $2. I think this was the only like old volume 1, and it's a newsie, which doesn't matter because back then newsies were more prevalent. But that was like the only old school Ghost Rider I could find in the bin. Then we found the Danny Ketch volume 2 from the 90s. This is Ghost Rider issue number 2. $5. That issue can go from anywhere from $7 to $15, depending. Issue number 19 of Wonder Woman. I think this is volume 2, right? George Perez art, bondage cover. Found some Invincible Iron Man. Paid $2 for Iron Man number 122. I think this is part of the Demon in the Bottle series, where Iron Man confronts his addiction to alcohol. The Omega Man number 5. This is the second appearance of Lobo. Lobo makes his first appearance in issue 3. He's not in issue number 4, and then he comes back in issue number 5. All right, next book. Not a 50 center, not a 5 center. I think I paid $10 for this one. Transformers number 8. Transformers. Robots in Disguise. So, first appearance of the Dinobots. So I got that. I was looking for a Transformers 1. I'll settle for Transformers 8. All right. And then last but not least, just the classic Art Adams cover, the Fantastic Four, $3.48. Paid $2 for this. Wolverine, Grey Hulk, Spider-Man, and Ghost Rider. Arthur Adams on the cover. I got this and was like, oh, I could try to get Arthur Adams to sign it. That never came to fruition. But anyway, that's the last of those books. I did pick up a few books that were at my mother's house. As you can see, they're not in great shape, but we got some like Daredevil 300, Black Knight number 4. So we're gonna clean these up. We got some DuckTales number 10 in here. We'll clean these up. And Captain America Sentinel of Liberty number 4, and a Richie Rich number 2 from the 90s, Harvey Comics, 91 I believe. All right, so that was it for my my Lucy's, my raw books that I picked up at Heroes Con. Now we're gonna get into the slabs. Peace. I'll be back. All right, comic fans. Now we're gonna do the slabs I got at Hero Con. Okay, we're gonna start off with the ones I submitted to CGC. This was the first time I did same show grading, so you can give it to them the day of the show and get it back, you know, hopefully by the end of the show. I got mine Sunday, somewhere around 1 p.m., so that was pretty cool. Put them in Friday afternoon. The process was not at all streamlined, at least on my end. Part of it was my fault. I had printed up my slip, and then I realized one of the books I wanted to submit had like a ding, and I knew it wasn't a 9.8 candidate, so I decided to pull it off the slip, and that would have been fine because they just would have crossed off that book. But then I found another book that I wanted to submit as well, which luckily I did because that book ended up getting a 9.8. But that meant I had to redo my paperwork. So I actually went to, so CGC said, hey, put your information down on our little kiosk. We'll call you when it's time. You'll use our computer, put in your info, and, you know, you'll get your new paperwork. Unfortunately, CGC never got back to me. So I put in the information, never got a text message saying, hey, come back, computers are free. So, you know, thanks CGC. So that part of their process wasn't great. Anyway, I ended up going to, they have it on site. I want to get it right. I believe it was FedEx, right? Or UPS. Anyway, they had it on site, I believe. Ooh, I don't know. It was UPS or FedEx. Anyway, on site, kind of office center. Went there, used it, did my paperwork, and had them printed out there. They printed it out. Awesome job by the guys there. Yeah, so then I went back with that paperwork, submitted my books, and that was the end of the story. I wasted a couple hours waiting for CGC to get back to me to tell me a computer was free so I can print up my new paperwork, which was already done. I had done it at home. All I needed was to actually physically hand them that paper. Fortunately, they would not let me do that without a being put in a queue, right, without a reservation. Anyway, got my books. Besides for that and having to do it myself, the paperwork, got my books back. So let's go. We'll start off with the CGC ones, and then I'll show you a couple of slabs I picked up at the con. Not too many. I think it's 7 slabs at all. All right, so this first one's a little disappointing, only because I think I may have hurt the book before I gave it to them. So this is Alias number 1, right? the first Jessica Jones, and it came back a 9.4. Brian Michael Bendis story, Michael Gaydos art, David Mack cover, right? David Mack for a while, and still now pretty big name, right? So, yeah. Also, this is the first Max title, so it came back a 9.4. It was in a Mylar, and if you submit it with CGC, you know they don't give you back your bag and boards, right? They're just gone. You give them a bag and board, and it is gone. So it was in a Mylar. So I said, let me save the Mylar. I'll put it into a regular bag and board. Anyway, this got graded. It's got crisp corners. Like, I actually can't see what they're talking about in the notes. But it says, like, cover indentation. My only thought is, at some point, when taking it out, I may have put, like, you know, a little indent. There's nothing color breaking. So it came back a 9.4. My thoughts are, if we get this pressed again, it should be bumped up at least 9.6, but it looks like a 9.8. Like, those corners are sharp. Anyway, not super disappointed, but 9.4 is a 9.4, whatever. I think I paid cover price for that book, and then whatever. Now it's even 9.4 is like $100, so whatever. All right, next one. This one is more for the PC. This is just one of my favorite stories that came out in the last, 6 years now? Last decade, let's say. But this, I think, was from 2019. We have Canto #1. All right. This is out of a store that I actually really liked getting their variant covers from. This is Frankie's Comics was the one to put this out. All right, this is the third printing, Frankie's Comics edition. Gorkum Demir was the cover artist, right? And if you've read this story, Canto, you know this is a really good story, really engaging, heartfelt adventure. Just really a story about reaching in deep, and, you know, if you have something you want to accomplish, doing what you need to do to accomplish it. So, really love the story. Really love this cover, right? They just make Canto look so BA. It's a virgin cover. There's only 300 of these, so only 300 of these covers were made. It's from Frankie's Comics, which no longer exists. All right. A lot of history behind that book, but that was just one of my favorite comics that came out in the last 6 years. We'll just say decade, right? Because it's over a 5-year mark. But yeah, just a really good book. Good for adults, good for children. Something you could share with the family. So Canto, recommend it. That guy came back in 9.8. Happy about that. All right, this was the book I added on. So this is the one that got me a little agita. This is a Tom Taylor story. And yeah, a Bengal cover. All right, cover art by Bengal. This is the first. Well, this says first appearance of Gabby Bologna and Zelda Kinney. Taskmaster cameo on last page. But I believe this is the first Gabby has Wolvie here, right? As the Honey Badger, if you will. And this is all new Wolverine #2. This is the second printing. And this came back 9.8. Cool thing is, on the back cover, it's got a Midtown Comics ad that also shows her. Right? So that's pretty dope. She's on both sides. And this is the second printing. Second printing seems to be going for more on the secondary market, just because it's a, I guess, it's one of those second printings that, you know, the print run was so limited that it's worth a little bit more. But yeah, most of these, I don't think I'm selling any of these, but you never know. This one I was thinking about bringing to New York Comic Con to have it signed, but I had it with me and I just decided to get it graded. This is a Christopher Priest and Joe Quesada story with Joe Quesada cover and art, right? This is Marvel Knights, The World to Come #1. The sketch cover, also known as the surprise variant or the one per store variant. It's got like blank space on the back, so you could definitely get a sketch on that. I think that's why they called it the sketch cover, besides for it just being black and white. What you don't have is any extra stuff here, right? So it's not listing T'Challa's son that pops up in this book. So this was a hot book for a while. It was on the top 10 list for roughly a month, I'm guessing. So what's weird is it says Marvel Comics, and then it lists August 25th. I mean August of 2025 as the date it came out, but obviously we're in July right now. Well, June technically, right? So maybe that should have been 6/25. Anyway. All right, so next up are, so those are the books I got graded by CGC. Turnaround time was good. I mean, everything went well, besides for the part where they're supposed to call you to come back to use the computers, right? And all I had to do was print out the slip. Like, I had already done it at home. I just needed to have it printed. I was on the road, so I had done it in my room over there, right? So just needed to have it printed. Didn't even have to like type them in, anything like that. They put me in the queue and never got a phone call to come back from the queue. But anyway, the books were done on time. Didn't have to wait to the end of the show on Sunday, so that was awesome. All right, next up, we have Supergirl, Woman of Tomorrow, #1. All right. Yeah, this is in development, right, over at DC. I think right now it's about $150 book, 9.8 graded, right? I picked this up at the C3 booth, Comics Curing Cancer, right? This was donated, I believe, by Chris the Comic Vet. And yeah, pretty cool, pretty sweet. I dig it. Yeah, paid a good price for it, below FMV, and picked this up. All right, next one. This one was fun. If you guys know Legion of Comics, Mark over there, he is a hustler, right? He can talk any seller into buying his stuff, and they're sellers, right? So they shouldn't be buying. Or he can talk any seller into dropping their price lower than the price that comes out of his mouth. It's really weird. Anyway, I was walking with him. He got me about $20 off this book, which is cool because I think I would have only been able to get $10 off the book. So I do appreciate Mark doing that. This is Avengers 684, right? Hulk gets his new powers. We find out that the Hulk is immortal. All that good stuff. 9.8 of Avengers 684. I remember at one point this book, Raw, was going for, you know, 50, 60 bucks, maybe 40 bucks. This is a 9.8, listed at $70. We grabbed it for 50, thanks to Mark. All right, the last slab we picked up is Journey into Mystery number 102. It's a 4/5, off-white to white pages. This is the first appearance of Baldar, Lady Sif, and Hela. Also, it says on the blue label that Thor learns to use the full power of his hammer. It says Thor gains full use of his hammer. But this is a Stan Lee and Larry Lieber story. Larry Lieber is Stan Lee's brother. If you don't know, now you know. Also, Jack Kirby cover and art. All right. And we also have Fox and Reinman art. So, all sorts of cool things about this book. So, Journey into Mystery 102. The Mighty Thor, Slave of Tomorrow Man. All right, so these were all cool pickups. I really enjoyed the slabs I got. I was looking at some other books, raw and slabbed. Basically, I went in looking for Ultimate Fallout 4, a Transformers 1, and a Marvel Spotlight 6, the first appearance of Ghost Rider. I didn't get any of those books while I was there, but I did get some good books, and I'm really happy with it, alright guys? So that was my slab haul, that was my haul, that was some of the cool things, the pictures you saw earlier that we did at the con. It was a really good time, alright? Comic fam, so do what you do, I'm gonna do what I do. I'm gonna get ready for the next Heroes Con. Peace, deuces, we're out. Ka-chink! All right, comic fans, it's time to get into the comics I put.